I have a dilemma. Today is March 18th. That means that it is very close to April Fool's Day. I love April Fool's Day. It's like my second favorite holiday in April. But the thing is, I hate lying, like a lot. So I think it's unfortunate that such a great holiday is spent practicing lying. April Fool's Day is usually this basically competition of how many lies you can tell in a single day. Whether it's coming home and saying, Mom, I got expelled from school, or telling your boss, hey boss, I quit, or going up to your son and saying, son, you're adopted. Why are we practicing lying? I hate lying, I don't want to practice it. So, I'm gonna change April Fool's Day to be less about, haha, gotcha, I lied to you and you fell for it, you idiot. And I'm gonna change it to be like this perfect combination between Secret Santa and a white elephant, where you know who you're giving your gift to, but it's not necessarily something that they want. Thus begins Operation Secret Elephant. When I was in college, my friends and I had a rule when it came to our pranks that we would pull. The rule was, confuse, don't abuse. Pretty straightforward rule. Is your prank going to make them hate you? If so, don't do it. But is your prank gonna make them go, huh, perfect. That's the reaction we're looking for. So, I want to confuse every single person in my neighborhood. My neighborhood has about like 80 houses in it. And so, my plan is to fold an origami tulip, which is something that I learned a long time ago, and no, I will not be teaching you how to do it. I'm going to fold one of those for every single house in my neighborhood. And the afternoon of April Fool's Day, I'm going to go around and leave one at the front door of every single one of those houses. That way, when they eventually open their door, they look at it and go, huh, no name, no note, they're not gonna have any idea who it came from, unless they watch this video. So that's plan A for Operation Secret Elephant. If you're following along at home, in order to do this specific prank, first you'll need to go to the Walmart and you'll need to get a stack of 100 sheets of colored paper. Once you get home, set up a flat surface, watch about half a season of Veronica Mars and one Clint Eastwood movie with your dad, and then your ping pong table should look something like this. Next, you need another stack of paper. This one doesn't need to be as big because you're gonna be cutting it into strips, and you'll roll those into our stems. I wonder what it'd be like if someone was born on April Fool's Day and then they're hanging out with their friend all day and they thought that their friend was just pretending to forget their birthday because it's April Fool's Day, and then at the end of the day it turns out that they actually just forgot because they're a bad friend and no one remembered their birthday. If spending a couple hours folding tulips doesn't sound like a fun time to you, that's okay. What you can also do is take one sheet of paper, cut it up into tiny little seeds, go outside and plant them in the dirt, and then by the morning all you have to do is just still fold 100 tulips. You can also hot glue all the stems to the bulbs if you hate yourself. And now you just have to wait for the big day, which leads us to... Plan number 2 involved my boss. He recently moved into a new office and he has been struggling very much so to fill specifically this wall. Because he's put like some plants and stuff and that's nice and that's good decoration, but it's not like him, you know? So I've been telling him to put something nerdy there, and he has not done it. So I decided I'd put a poster there of a movie that he does not like, and that would be Star Wars Episode 8. And who can blame him? Now, Walmart did not have a Star Wars Episode 8 poster, though this one was tempting. Now, I don't have time to wait for that poster to arrive, as I've waited way too long to make this video, and April Fool's Day is now in 2 days. However, what I do have is poster board that I bought from Walmart again, and a projector. So,
I'll do it myself.
And it's decidedly worse, which is definitely a plus. Apparently this camera that I normally use does not have a time-lapse function, so we're getting creative. While you're watching this time-lapse, can you just think about how Episode 8 had so much potential, because Episode 7 really was not that bad, but then Episode 8 came along and because the directors just would not communicate with each other, Episode 8 turned out to not be good, and then Episode 9, instead of actually communicating because they didn't learn their lesson, Episode 9 was then worse because Episode 8 was bad, because it didn't talk about Episode 7, and all three just come together to really just be disappointing.
Why do I kind of think you'll like it?
The poster was done, so I hung it up in his office, and this is what it looks like, and oh, you gotta admit, that's better than an empty wall. Maybe. Oh, look at that, it's April Fool's Day. The poster's already up in my boss's office, so I don't have to worry about that one anymore. I would go deliver the tulips right now, but it is raining? And that doesn't seem like the best time to deliver paper tulips. So instead we're gonna move on to plan C. I cannot stop thinking about those people that it's their birthday on April Fool's Day. And I would just say happy birthday right now, but there's no way I'm getting this video done today, so I'm gonna miss it too. And so I think that my only answer is to text people, happy birthday. But I don't know whose birthday is today. So if I text a random person, the odds of it being their birthday is about 1 in 365, right? So I figure that if I just text 365 people, then one of them will have a birthday today. And for the other 364 people, it will be a great April Fool's Day prank. It's a win-win. A few moments later. Well, unfortunately, I was only able to get about 54 people before Google got mad at me. So, we're gonna go with a 1 in 7 chance that it's someone's birthday. And that's assuming that all of the numbers that I texted are actual numbers. However, we did get responses for 3 of them. We got a, hey, who is this? Do I know you? A, who is this? And of course, the classic, I think you have the wrong number. So I think we can safely say mission accomplished. There's been a break in the rain, which means it's go time on the tulips. However, I'm realizing now that most people have Ring doorbells on all of their houses, and so I need a disguise. So I'm going with the Captain America look. No one has ever seen me in a hat in my neighborhood because I hate hats with a passion, so I think this will work perfectly. The break in the rain didn't last very long, as only about halfway through.
Well, the rain has started, and I hate to say, the hat's kind of coming in handy.
I had 2 neighbors come back to their home at exactly the same moment that I was walking up to their door, so that was pretty awkward. But other than that, I didn't really run into anyone, and I don't think anyone recognized me. It's a few days later now, and no one knows it was me. Apparently we did have one little girl come up to my mom while I was out delivering the flowers, and she knocked on the door holding up the little flower. She's like, is this from you? And my mom held up the one that I had given her, and she went, no, I actually got one too. And so that was pretty cute. Made a lot of people smile. I saw some comments on Facebook about it. People were pretty happy about it, so that's exciting. As far as plan B, my boss is not back in town yet, so I have not seen his reaction. However, I have shown it to a few coworkers, and they all thought it was cool. So that's
Not the reaction I was going for.
in the end this April, I guess I'm the fool. Although I do have one more April Fool's joke for you. Ready?